change your heart, change your life, change the planet.
Hey everybody, hanging out at the last day of the Seed Experience here in Brooklyn, New York, and I bumped into Robert Ostfeld, who is a vegan cardiologist. Is that correct?
Yes, I like to call it whole food plant-based, but indeed.
Plant-based, okay, yeah. I prefer that term as well.
Oh, excellent.
So you just gave a talk, and I heard you talking about some of Caldwell Esselson's work, T. Colin Campbell's work. What has your experience been as a cardiologist?
Well, thank you for asking, and thank you for letting me join you. So, as a cardiologist, I've just never seen anything come close to the breadth and depth of benefits that a plant-based diet provides. I guess outside of emergency surgery, the kinds of patient turnarounds that we see, it's just incredible. And it's just rejuvenated me as a doc, and it's been a phenomenal experience. When I went through I've been interested in prevention and health for many years. And I went through all my training, medical school residency, the whole thing, became a cardiologist, and I trained with many brilliant and wonderful people, but I really didn't learn about the impact of a plant-based diet during my training. And I came down to Montefiore, where I work now, just an amazing hospital with an incredible social mission, and then I did all the things that I was trained to do. Guideline-based medications, and they can be extremely helpful, and maybe a Mediterranean-style diet, which is of course better than a standard American diet, but patients weren't getting a heck of a lot better. And I was really starting to get quite disillusioned. Like, what am I doing? It's not really why I went into medicine. And it was right around that time that I stumbled across the amazing book, The China Study, by Colin Campbell, and I'm like, oh my God. And one thing led to another, and Dr. Esselson's been an incredible mentor and friend to our program, and started our cardiac wellness program at Montefiore with the goal of preventing and reversing disease with a plant-based diet. And I say disease, not just heart disease, because eating this way, sure, it's good for your heart, but it's great for you for so many other reasons. So it's been incredibly satisfying. We've had hundreds and hundreds of patients come through. We get to speak about it, teach about it. It's been wonderful.
Now, how long have you been promoting or practicing plant-based whole food cardiology?
So our program has been in existence for about 3 years, but before I started doing it before we started the program, so I would say probably about 4 or 5 years.
Okay. Now, how has your diet changed knowing this? Like, what's changed for you personally?
Yeah, I completely changed my diet too. I was, typical Western diet growing up, and I didn't know about a plant-based diet. I didn't learn about it during my training, but once I learned about this stuff and saw how amazing it is for you in so many ways, I completely changed the way I eat. And I also find it helpful because, if I walk the walk too, not just talk the talk, it really helps me with patients because, you come across the similar hurdles. What do I do when I go out, when I go over a friend's house, or I like this kind of food, that kind of food. Is there a kind of replacement for it? So it's helpful on a one-to-one basis with the patients too.
To be in the trenches with them.
Exactly.
Now, do you get any pushback from the medical establishment, other doctors, certain state or government organizations that monitor AMA, anything like that?
Not really. My hospital system has been incredibly supportive of it. I went to my chief and I said, I'd love to start this wellness program, and he was totally behind it. And I've seen over time more and more of my colleagues become open to it. And some of the surgeons are now referring as patients, endocrinologists are referring as patients. Wow. It's been amazing. And I'm starting to have different collaborations with cancer docs and things like that, so we can start various research protocols as well, which is, I think a really important element of it, because a number of my colleagues, although, maybe they laugh at me behind my back, but they're certainly open to it, but, they don't necessarily change their behavior or promote it as much as maybe we would hope with their patients. And when there's even a growing literature base, it's just another piece of evidence that you can say, look, here, let me show you this article, that article, and they could be very, very thoughtful and like, oh, wow, that makes a lot of sense. So I'm just hoping to add to that kind of literature as well.
Okay. Now, it could also be that if a doctor acknowledges the literature, the data that's coming out, and doesn't make the choice for themselves, they may not want to promote that research because they're like, well, if I acknowledge that this is what's really going on, then I have to change my own behavior. Maybe I don't want to.
Yeah, that's a really great point.
It's a stressful job, and I need my comfort.
Yeah, totally. I mean, there's so many aspects to it. There's that. There's sort of the bias that thinking that patients are just not going to do it. Like some of my colleagues will be like, yeah, it makes sense, but I don't think they're necessarily going to do it. And if the physician doesn't think they're going to do it, the chances that the patients are going to do it is much less. So it's an important thing. So behavior change, just along the lines of what you're saying, I think really is a holy grail of medicine. We all kind of know that eating kale is good for us, but to get from where we are to kale could sometimes be a big jump.
I had a woman come up to my booth while you were speaking, and she said, I'm a high-fat, low-carb eater, so what can I do to improve my fitness and my health and whatnot? I'm like, wait a minute, high-fat, low-carb, like paleo, is that your thing? She's like, yeah, I eat coconut oil all day long. So now I haven't done the research, but I've looked at the research, looked at the data. What would you say to someone like that?
Well, I mean, I would say I'm really excited that they're interested in being healthier.
Okay, good.
And, there are some aspects of the paleo diet and a whole food plant-based. The Venn diagrams do overlap some. I mean, they like vegetables, which is great. But beyond that, there really is no evidence that I'm aware of at all that a paleo-like or an animal-based food diet actually reverses heart disease. There is data, of course, to the contrary. There is data that a plant-based diet can do that. There is data that a plant-based diet can improve athletic performance. Help your mitochondria, the power plants in our bodies, make more ATP. That's, of course, the energy we run on. ATP cars, run on gas, or liquid dinosaurs. We run on ATP. But the plant-based diet can help your mitochondria make more ATP. It can help reduce delayed onset muscle soreness so you can train more frequently. So it can improve athletic performance. It can prevent a variety of diseases. I'm not aware of any study where a paleo-like diet can prevent or reverse heart disease. And also there's evidence that a paleo diet may actually mitigate some of the benefits of exercise training. And actually, there's a great Dr. Greger is wonderful at nutritionfacts.org. He has a great 2 or 3 minute video about how a paleo-like diet actually mitigates the benefits of exercise, which is like kind of a bummer because a lot of the people in the CrossFit world are into that, and it's great, they want to get healthier, but I'd love for them all to watch that video.
Yeah, that's the thing. The paleo diet, the high-fat diets, they're sold primarily as weight loss. I want to look ripped. I want to get over my cravings for carbohydrates. It's usually weight loss in appearance, but nobody's talking about it for long-term health. That's being left out of the equation.
Yeah, that's really important. And if you want to improve your appearance, there's a lot of evidence that a plant-based diet improves skin complexion. Can reduce acne. Certainly improve athletic performance. Certainly lead to weight loss. So you can achieve all those things in what my firmly held opinion is a much healthier way.
More sustainable.
Yeah,
on every level.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Sure.
So how do we find you online? Do you have or find out your center if someone in the New York area would like to come to the hospital and check out what you do, be a part of the program?
Oh yeah, well thank you for asking, and it's an honor to be with you here. You've been an inspiration to me. I've listened to your podcast, and it's great, and it's an honor to be here with all of you. So if people are interested, that'd be wonderful. I'd be happy to describe the program in more detail, but we have this really difficult to remember website, which I'll say, and I'll give you the phone number. It's www.montefiore.org/cardiac wellness program. Yeah, really rolls off the tongue. Also, our office number is 718-920-5197, and they can call if they're interested.
All right, and I'll put the link right here. Awesome. Robert, thank you. Great to meet you. All right, check him out. Another doctor moving to the dark side.
It's amazing. At 46, I'm running better than I've ever run.
Funny how that happens.
Funny how that happens. It must be magic.
It must be magic. It's got to be. Or we're doping, right?
It couldn't be. It's steroids and doping. That's what I do. Did I not mention that?
Can't tell anybody. I'll edit that part out.
Good, thanks.